Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Donna here. I'm back again for another Food Friday and another fall flavor. Today we're going to be making a chicken soup. And I'm sure a lot of you out there have made chicken soup many times over. But this one's just a little bit different. It's called an Amish chicken corn soup. And one of the key ingredients, or the key ingredient that is making this a little different, is a can of cream of corn that goes in towards the end. The ingredients are fairly simple. They're the regular chicken soup ingredients. You have your onion, carrot, celery, and it calls for 1.5 pounds of chicken breasts cut up and then cooked with the onions, carrots, and celery until the chicken is no longer pink. But I have we went to Costco's yesterday and I have a rotisserie chicken, so I'm using that. So therefore that's not going to go in. The chicken won't go in until after my vegetables are tender. So I'm going to start by bringing you down and just show you what we're doing. I think, you know, it's soup day. If it's, I think it went below 90 today, so it must be a good day for a nice hot cup of soup. Really. But anyway, let's show you what I've got going. I'll see if I can do this without turning the camera off. Let's just see. Now I want to be able to see the pot. Okay. Here we are. Okay. Sorry for the bouncing around. So in this pot I have some butter and olive oil, which is hotter than hot. And I'm going to add the onions, carrots, and the celery. I'm trying to get it in the pot and not on the floor. Turn that down just a bit. And I'm just going to let these sweat out a little bit. And then I'm going to add the broth. Now let me read you the recipe as it is written. And this recipe came from Taste of Home. It says a medium onion chopped, 2 celery ribs chopped, 1 cup of shredded carrots, 2 pounds of boneless chicken breast cubed, 3 chicken bouillon cubes, salt, pepper, 12 cups of water, and 2 cups of egg noodles, 2 cans of cream style corn, and a 1/4 cup of butter. Now I am, as most cooks do, changing it up and using the recipe simply as a guide. For the simple reason that this, if 12 cups of water, it would make so much soup we'd never eat it. I know this freezes very well, but you know, you can only eat so much of the same thing, and so I'm only kind of making half of the recipe, and that will be more than enough. And you notice, if you can see my stove over here in the back, you'll see another pot which is coming to a boil, and that's where my noodles are going to be. I'll bring you up and we'll wait while this is cooking. Yeah, well, that's where the noodles are going to be cooking. And the reason is, this will make too much for us for one serving. And lots of times, you know, if you make a chicken noodle soup or a chicken rice soup, the first night it's just wonderful. And you put it in the refrigerator and you cool it, and you open to take it up the next day or the day after, and you have chicken stew something, because the pasta has totally absorbed all of the chicken stock and it's no longer a soup. So what I'm doing is cooking my pasta separately, and then we will just put some of that in a bowl and ladle some of the hot soup over it. And then put the rest of those noodles in a plastic bag, and when we bring them out the following day or the next day to use the rest of the soup up, I'll just heat them up either by running them under hot water or sticking them in a pot of boiling water for just a second or two to heat them up again. I could even do it in the microwave, but they sometimes get sticky if you do that. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not going to put the noodles in the soup. I'm going to put the noodles under the soup. So I'm going to just keep going with this for a bit till these vegetables soften up, and I'll be back when it's time to put the broth in. Right back. Okay, here we are. I just let them sweat out a little bit. They're going to steep in the broth for a while until they are soft. I'm going to start with 6 cups of water. And to that, I'm going to add 6 iced teaspoons of this Better Than Bouillon chicken base. And I'm going to believe that it's 6. So that's 3 doubles. I love this stuff. I use it all the time. That one, I use this one and the beef base. Now, you won't see this change for a bit because it's got to melt that bouillon, and it takes some boiling water to do it. You can see it's getting a little bit yellowy. So what I'm going to do now is just cover it, bring it to a simmer, and let it simmer till the vegetables are cooked. And I'll be back when we're ready for the next step. Okay, next step. We're going to add the chicken. And this was 1 rotisserie breast and 1 thigh, because we like dark meat also. Now the other day when we cooked steak, I had green beans and I had corn. I have some left over. Guess it's going in the soup. You know, it's your soup. Put in whatever you want. It's a great way to get rid of some leftover vegetables. And then the last thing, I did put in quite a bit of pepper. I did not put salt because the broth is salty. It's a can of cream of corn soup. Cream of corn, period. I'll put that in. And it also says to put in 1/4 cup of butter. Whoops, sorry. And I'm not going to put in a whole 1/4 cup because I have some in the noodles to keep them from sticking, so I'm probably going to put in 2 tablespoons. And let this melt. Now on my stove I have what's called simmer select, and I'm going to bring this up to a good simmer, a low boil, and then I'm going to turn it down on the simmer select and let it just sit here and meld all the flavors together. What I want to try to do is to get a little bit oh, folks, that is delicious. That corn just gives a little sweet touch. And there's lots of vegetables, lots of chicken. Oh, can't wait for dinner. I'll bring you back for one last look. Right over here, by the way, I have got the noodles, and they're all ready. So I'll bring you back for one last look when I've got it in the plate. See you in a bit. Okay, so we have our chicken corn noodle soup. Looks delicious. I'm going to give it a try. Hold on, I'll bring you up and let you see my results. Hot. Oh my goodness. Yummy. The sweetness of the corn is just a little bit something special. So that's it for tonight. We'll be back next week for number 3. Enjoy your evening. Bye-bye.